There's something that happens to like your mentality when you're suppressing who you are. Like, it's just depressing, you know what I mean? And you're just like stuffing yourself down every day, whether you're changing the clothes that you wear, you're changing how you do your natural hair, the way you speak is different, and that shit like really hurted. Corona. I feel like the best type of video to do to start this whole channel off is a get to know me tag. But I wanted to do it a little bit differently. I wanted to include like deeper questions, conversation starters, and so I found a bunch of questions that were inspired by the game We're Not Really Strangers. And if you don't know that game, it's essentially a card game that you play with like your close ones. Maybe if someone you're in a relationship with, that helps you get closer to that person. While we're doing that, we're gonna be putting on a face. Not like I have anywhere to go because it is quarantine. I'm a freelancer, I'm an introvert. We're gonna get into that. So if you don't know, my name is Tiye and I'm a freelance photographer based in Brooklyn, New York. If you hear some train noises, it's because it's really New York. I don't think there's such thing as quiet, so we'll just wait it out. The first question is, I know I'm in love when blank. And I'd say, I know I'm in love when I'm still thinking about the person and it's like months in, maybe years in, and you're just still thinking about them all the time. Let me actually do my makeup because that's what I said I was gonna do. Okay, how did you get over your first love? Like honestly, I grew up. I don't know, time heals all. You know what I mean? I didn't know who I was. I was so young. You just move on. Ooh, are you lying to yourself about anything? That everything's gonna be okay? That corona is gonna disappear January 1st, 2021? What is the best lesson an ex has ever taught you? The best lesson an ex has ever taught me? That life doesn't have to be routine. We're gonna wait for this train. We're gonna be doing light coverage because I'm gonna wash it off in a couple hours. Let's be real. Yeah, best lesson an ex has ever taught me is that life doesn't have to be routine. Like, he was so routine and so like by the book that I realized that I'm so not that. And so like being spontaneous and traveling and like still having adventures is possible in a relationship. And yeah, so many trains. Of course I'm gonna start filming my first video during the shower. When was the last time you felt lucky to be you? Honestly, every few days I'm just kind of like, wow, like I'm a freelancer, I'm in New York, like I get to travel, and like let's say if I wanted to think of a project, I have the luxury of actually doing it. Like a lot of people, just think about how many people are in situations where like they want to do something but they actually can't because of financial reasons, or they have a kid. I don't have kids. Like I just feel so lucky to just be able to like create, like even this video right now. Some people don't have a camera, some people don't have phones to film. Like I'm just like so blessed to be in this life. I keep thinking like the past life me must have done something real special to deserve this life. Whew. What do you need to accept today? I think I need to accept that there are certain things that are just out of my control. Like, you know, ever since I got furloughed from my job when quarantine happened, and so the job market is even more competitive now than it has been, just being in like a super condensed city. And so getting a job, even though I've been trying for the last 6 to 8 months, I haven't, you know, I've gotten interviews but I haven't like secured a position. And so I just have to accept that like certain things are out of my control and that I just have to like let go what I thought I would be doing at this point in my life. We're getting heavy. Okay. Do you guys usually do you guys? Who is all you guys? This is my first video. But do you usually do your eyebrows first before you do your makeup? Okay. When was the last time you felt most yourself? Damn, am I going through something? I feel most myself when I'm around my boyfriend. What can you be kinder towards yourself today? What can you be kinder towards yourself? I don't understand. What are you most grateful for in this current moment? Kind of like I touched on before, like I'm so grateful to be able to continue working. I still have clients. Yes, I still have income coming in, even though I don't have like a typical job. I'm just so grateful to be in like the position that I am in today, you know? I don't have to deal with like my landlord still charging me rent, even though I got furloughed. Like that's not a struggle for me right now. And so I'm very grateful for that. What are you still trying to prove to yourself? I think I'm trying to prove that I can still maintain who I am within whatever job that I do get or whatever job that I do. In my last job, I felt like I was suppressing who I was a lot. And so there's something that happens to like your mentality when you're suppressing who you are. Like it's just depressing, you know what I mean? And you're just like stuffing yourself down every day, whether you're changing the clothes that you wear, you're changing how you do your natural hair, the way you speak is different, and that shit like really hurted. And so I'm still trying to prove to myself that I could be goofy and fun and don't have to code switch, because that's a whole nother thing too. And still like be professional and make that shmoney. Yeah. What have you been taking for granted? We gonna wait for this train, y'all. I think I've been taking for granted my parents and like all that they do for me. I'm still living at home, so like just even the fact that I don't have to even worry about overhead is huge right now. I'm so lucky for them to be here with me. I feel like sometimes I take for granted that like, yeah, they're just here and still taking care of me. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to leave, like move out and stuff like that. But as I talk to a lot of other people who actually have moved out, they were saying that they would rather be at home, doesn't matter how old they are. So is there a feeling you miss? Yep. I miss being in the club. I miss being in the club. I miss listening to Burna Boy. I miss dancing in a crowd full of people who are also dancing. I miss the conversations that you have in the bathroom in the club when you find a girl that looks cute and you guys like just share love. Like, I miss all of that. What would your younger self not believe about your life today? Another train. This is gonna sound so cheesy, but like when I was younger, I swore that like love was just not for me. Like, you know, it just wasn't for me. And I have that now. I have like a healthy relationship, and I just didn't think that was possible. Another train. It says wild card, admit something. Admit something? I admit that I don't know what I'm doing. in life. I don't think anybody does, and if they do, they lie. They lie. No one knows what they're doing. Oof, this question, how are you really? I think like with the pandemic and everything going on, it's very easy to feel ungrounded and like unsure, and I think that's a lot of how I've been feeling lately. Not necessarily lost, but just like maybe a degree of lost and a degree of just unstableness, and like maybe not unsettling, but just like not knowing the future. Like literally anything could happen. I don't know what to expect next year. I have no idea. I'm not even sure what tomorrow, like what will happen tomorrow. So what is the last thing you lied to your mom about? I think the last thing I lied to my mom about is probably where I was going. Like when I would leave the house and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to a friend's house, but I'm really just probably gonna go hang out with some guy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like now if I go anywhere, I usually leave the tracker on my phone, just because like anything could happen, especially if I'm by myself, like, and I decide to go hiking. I'm sharing my location with at least 3 people. Don't do that. Like, you don't have to be honest, but you should be honest. But if you can't tell your parents where you are, at least tell somebody the truth about where you are, because God forbid, like, someone should at least know where to start looking for you if you go missing. Know what I mean? What is your defining characteristic? I'm tall. Fun fact, I'm tall. I'm probably 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. I'm a big girl. Okay. What is your father's name and one thing about him? My father's name is Junior. Yes, that is his first name. A lot of people call him JB, and he is a Virgo. I think I'm just gonna stop here for my makeup. I'm probably just gonna add mascara, if that, because I'm really just gonna take it off. I promise you. Let's see. What kind of goals do you have for the next year? I think it's really hard to make goals nowadays. I think it's really hard to make goals. I would like to create another stream of income. There's no such thing as passive income, but at least if I could do automated income, or income that has maybe like a large effort to start up, but then there's less effort as you move forward. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my first ever video. I hope to see more of you here soon. I'm excited. If you would like to follow me and see my photography work, you can follow me at Call Me Rome. I'll leave all the links in the description down below, and I will see you in my next video. Later. Anyway. Wow, what a better girl. What? Again. I'm a makeup person. No, you ain't. Put it down. I'm a makeup person. To that. So